Good evening, one and all. Welcome to Art City Comics. This is CG Jumpstart Between the Panels. I am your host, Adam AF. Joining me, as always, we have my esteemed co-host, Tinfoil Hat Nick.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to CG Jumpstart, the greatest place to learn about the newest stuff coming to CG Jumpstart.
We have joining us this evening the man, the myth, the legend, the real Steve Dye.
Damn, the hype coming out of Nick. I don't know if I can raise up to that level. Hell, brothers. How are you?
We'll get you there.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having us on. We appreciate it, Adam, Nick, my boys.
We also have somebody who has won the hearts, minds, and dongs of the viewers of Drawn and Backhold, Mr. Doodle Bags.
Hail. I
Hail,
appreciate
Doodle
the
Bags.
dong comment.
Oh, well, I've been watching you draw, and I am very elevated, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, yes. I should know. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Can I call you D-Bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, God, I didn't even think of that when I came up with that name.
It's the first thing our host would think of, but it is his show.
Hail to the chat. Thank you all for joining us. We have Skits Comic. We have the real Got Hanzo in the chat. He says, Doodle, you doxed yourself.
Yes.
Because your name's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
There it is.
it's going to cut notably down on a lengthy conversation over whether or not he would appear in Jumpstart as Pat or Doodle or D-Bag. Pat D-Bag. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll take all three.
All right. Well,
Pat D-Bag, Doodle Bags?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, kid, I've only got so much room for the words. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but they should all be about me.
Oh, come on.
Now he sounds like a true artist.
He does. He's going to fit right in. Well, there is a significant part of the Jumpstart that Doodle's got his drawing hand in. You know.
Yeah, and here I thought that Simon Simpotier was the busiest man in Jumpstart. Hail, brother, he is here with us tonight.
Hail. Love
But
Sim.
it might just be Doodle Bags here.
Hell Sim. Yeah, Hell Sim. But, you know, there is a horse race at hand, you know. I mean, yeah.
Well, it's
I mean,
over.
that's
I already won.
not a bad thing. It just means that you're bursting with creativity.
True.
They're both hungry and they're ready to bust out of the gate, go for the win. Got to be
Damn
in it
right.
to
I'm
win it.
bursting.
Yeah.
I'm bursting out of a few ends myself, but, you know.
All artists in CG should be hungry. I don't ever want them to be satisfied. I don't ever want them to be full. I want them to be hungry and poor so they can make us the best quality stuff ever.
Well, I'd like these guys to make some money, but I do agree that they should always want more of it in their pockets.
I want them to be hungry and rich.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I got to be a
we
millionaire
got a ways
before
to go
30.
with Jumpstart, but that's part of the intent with the whole thing is to bring guys like young Doodle here. You know, we launched an extensive talent search. Found him nestled in the bushes out behind a third-rate hotel, like some sort of Baby Yoda, and then we
That doesn't sound like a Baby Yoda unless that's a new term for something else.
may have been he may turn out to be a Mogwai, but nonetheless, we have coupled him to our bosom, and you know. But that's Jokes aside, you know, Jumpstart. We there was guys that we definitely knew we wanted to work with. There were guys we knew we wanted to feature, but part and parcel of the whole program is to feature new talent and people that don't yet have a name in Comicsgate, but should have, and we believe soon will.
Yeah, fail. So, Steve, since you're here, usually I do this part, but since you're here, you are the editor of the magazine. Give us just a brief rundown of what CG Jumpstart is for the people who might have been living under a rock for the last couple of months or have just stumbled across Art City Comics CG Jumpstart Between the Panels and have no idea what the hell we're doing here.
CG Jumpstart is born of the wizard Gat Hanzo's affection and enthusiasm for Shogun Jump and him smashing it into my own nostalgia for the Immortal Wizard magazine, like two freight trains meeting on a track. That's basically where it originated, and then you throw in a generous dose of heavy metal magazine sensibilities, along with some good old school Mad magazine, Cracked magazine style parody, and that's the essential editorial plan, along with some stuff to read. But it's mostly going to be an extravaganza of things to look at.
Excellent. We got Dive Ninja says, "Hail DP Steve."
Oh, here we go.
See, that's that didn't take long to catch on, did it?
Yeah, my chick will be so pleased. Hi, Christine. Yeah, hi, baby.
We're sorry. Let's get it out of the way right now. I'm sorry.
They're only dickheads because they're my good friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how you know we love him.
Well, I mean, the internet's just a great big pool hall, right? Just like hanging out down at the motocross track with my boys. If I ain't fucking with you, I don't even like you. I'm not even talking to you if I'm not fucking with you. So, hail, brothers, hail.
So did you finally narrow down the page count?
Dude, that was tough. That was actually really, really tough. It involved some, I mean, we were all on the same page, but we were arguing the same point from 3 different directions, me, Gat, and Roe. But we're going with 120 pages. It doesn't allow me to fit in everything that I'd like to fit in, but it allows me to fit in the best of the best. And, certainly we intend to do this. We need... Every time we talk to creators about this, every time we talk to consumers about this, there is the caveat that if we don't have the support of Comicsgate, then, I can't really talk to you about the 3rd issue until the first one is a success. But we're putting everything we can into this first one. We're going to do it 120 pages. It's going to be Wizard magazine type format. And it's got some great, great work in it. And if it goes well, I mean... Certainly, we will continue to on this endeavor and feature more creators in the future, and maybe it gets bigger. I don't know, man. But we need this first one to be a success. So,
I'm a firm believer that this is going to go through the roof. And this is actually going to be actually magazine sized, perfect bound, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So this is going to be nice and big. You're going to have to probably go out and buy yourself some of those big golden age bags and boards, because nobody just has those lying around, unless you guys are going to bag and board them yourself for us.
I mean, if you're like me and you've got 10 years worth of issues from Wizard magazine sitting around somewhere in the basement or the garage or what have you,
I don't have any.
Well, I can send you some. Yeah. I can send you some, kid. What's mine is yours.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we can work that out. But yeah, it's going to, if you have some nostalgia for what Wizard magazine looked and felt like in your hands when comics were really, really good in the 90s, into the aughts for a while, that's what we're going to try to produce, but it's going to be all Comicsgate all the time.
Awesome. So yeah, and we're launching this as soon as Vestige closes. If you haven't backed Vestige, do so now. We are creeping up on that $72,000 mark, only just under $200 away right now, which is absolutely astounding. 1,239 backers. Wow. That is good shit.
And it's $618 away from beating a certain bunny. So let's make that happen.
On behalf of my buddy Gat Hanzo, Roe, and of course Donald DeLay, who has really upped his game for this and is now doing yet another, like, dude, I can't wait to see Cash Grab, because it's like he does this thing with Brutus, and I love that. And then we got him to do Vestige, and man, we put him through the hoops, but wow, did he deliver. It's like so detailed. It's like a different Donald altogether, with his hand up a different puppet, that kind of thing. And and now I see what he's doing with Cecil, and that project's going to be amazing. But anyway, on behalf of Gat and Donald, myself, and the Gaylord, thank you, brothers. We couldn't be more thankful for the support, and I'll get off my soapbox, but we are taking that support and pouring it right in to establishing CG Jumpstart, to where we can continue to grow this thing and showcase more talent, like young Pat Maxton, my son, right here. And
Wait, what?
your mother
This has
didn't
been
tell
proven?
you. Your mother didn't tell you.
No.
Okay, well, let's move
That's
on. Let's take a look at.
Well, this is Art City Comics, not Maury.
Yeah. Let's move it on from there.
But let's talk to Pat. Let's bother him while he's doodling there on his piece of paper. So you've got multiple projects lined up for CG Jumpstart. The first of which you're doing with Gat Hanzo, and that is Ruins of Odyrien. Did I say that right?
I didn't write it or spell it.
Correct.
So cool.
Correct.
Well,
Gat likes his tongue twister titles.
Gat
stories are all about the twists and the turns, including the titles.
I mean, this is so. What's so?
Holy crap!
Yeah. So, can either of you? What is this story about? What is the brief synopsis here?
Well, what we're seeing in the pages of Jumpstart and what Doodle's worked on so far is, I mean, it's Gat, right? So there's this whole epic. There's a whole lot of there more than maybe any of the other things that we're working on. There's a lot of world building. I mean, at some point, Pat here's going to have to draw some maps just to keep it straight.
Hail.
But it's what you're seeing and what's going to be in Jumpstart, and what we'll talk about tonight. Spoilers, none of those. Is it's an excerpt from it's like this whole world Gat's building that's got like overtones of D&D and swords and sorcery, and what it boils down to in this moment, at least, is that what we're looking at is a Colosseum battle between two practitioners of disparate kinds of magic. This whole world was once full of magic, but now it's outlawed. And those that have shown some ability to work in magic have been essentially enslaved by the monarchy, the ruling class, the what have you of this world. There's an emperor, but there are also other royal subjects. And what they do is they at an early age, they seek out and find those capable of some sort of magic. There's several different schools of magic basically at play. And they, pretty much put them in their own little private reform school for you're going to do what I say. And then later they are pitted against each other for the amusement of the royals in this amphitheater that Doodle has drawn so well. But I mean, that's not the story. This is an excerpt from the story. But that's what it entails. Is we're going to see two guys go at it like gladiators with swords, except they're using two entirely different forms of magic.
Interesting. Only from the mind of Gat, man.
That kid's a nut, man. He has a couple of blunts, and the next thing you know, I'm taking notes, and who knows where it goes.
That's really cool.
Odyrien.
Yeah. Working with Gat's amazing. He has so many, dude. I'm telling you, it wears me out. That's why I'm so faded right now. Every day, we'll be talking about one thing, and he'll be like, Steve, wait a minute, I got another idea. And then like 4 hours later, we are just, man, I'm like, okay, this is a whole nother realm of storytelling. All right, slow down. Let me type this up. So, yeah. Gat's amazing to work with. He's really, I think Comicsgate is one of those deals. I'm going to bring it back around to Pat. Enough blowing smoke up at Gat's ass. He's fucking that dude, man. He wears me out. But, I mean, there's so many talents that have never had a chance before. And that's what Jumpstart's all about. You look at Doodles here. I mean, really, I want to shut up and have you go through some more of his artwork. But there are so many talents that are just looking to blow up, and Gat's an amazing writer, and without Comicsgate, he wouldn't have had a chance to show what he can do. And he's about ready to show people 6, 7, 8, 9 flavors of what he can do. So
that's awesome. We do have one question here I want to address before we get too far and I lose it in the chat. But from Dark Gift Comics, he says, so can I ask, is this going to be a cross between Alterna's It Came Out on a Wednesday and Wizard Magazine?
Well, I think, I think it's much more grounded in Wizard Magazine, Dark Gift Comics. Appreciate your interest, brother. Hell. I think it's much more grounded in what Wizard was, because it's kind of a call out to a time when Western world American comics were really great and everybody looked forward to going to their comic store on any given Wednesday. Now, having said that, I'm a big fan of, I think that what Peter is doing with Alterna, I think it's great. It's an entirely different approach. What we're doing is 180 degrees from there, but it's not 180 degrees in opposition by any means. So I guess that's my answer. I think I hope what he's doing works, and I hope what we're doing works. And I hope we all have better comics and a better variety of comics at the end of the day to show for that.
Yeah, I think Matt Fowler here, Hail Brother, nailed it pretty good. He says, more like if Shonen Jump and Wizard DP'd a Mad magazine.
It's always got to get gay with these guys.
A little bit.
Jesus.
A little bit.
That's why you like DP.
Here we go. My chick,
like
listen to the show. My chick will track this show down and listen to it. Be that as it may. Yeah, well, first of all, hail Matt Fowler, because you guys saw what he's got coming in.
Yeah, we got to talk with him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
He's got an amazing project coming out with Rob Willis. It's going to be in the magazine.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, that and all the DP illusions aside. Yeah, I mean, it's really that. Like I said earlier, Gat really likes Eastern storytelling. He likes anime. He likes manga. He likes all that stuff. And I come more from, I like it too, but I come more from the classical, not just Western storytelling, but what comics were when I was a kid back in the late 30s and what they were like when I was in my 30s in the late 90s, and so, yeah.
So, Doodle, how long have you been at this? How long have you been an artist, man?
How long have I been alive? I don't know. I've just always been drawing. I just love it. Professionally, I don't even know if I could count myself as professional even now. Hopefully soon. Fun to CG Jumpstart. Yeah.
So you just always been an artist. You've always been a doodler.
Yeah, I fucking love drawing. That's what I do.
So we got this next page up from.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Adam. I
No,
feel like
go
I've been
ahead,
talking
please.
too much, and yeah, I definitely want to just shut up and listen to you guys. Plus, maybe another beer. But the what I wanted to say. Could you go back to the previous page?
Yeah, sure. Let me swap pages here.
Oh no, he found a mistake. I have to fix it.
Yeah, getting ready to ride your
Okay.
ass, kid. No, I'm not.
Okay, Dad.
I'm not at all. Okay, so this page, and again, this is just an excerpt from an excerpt. I don't mean just. I just mean that I wanted to talk briefly, and I'm going to shut up, but about what Doodle does. So this page here is pretty much just like straight on script. This is what me and Gat talked about. We did jam session with Doodle a few times and this and that, but it was like, okay, copy, save, send to Doodle. This is right on script. Now, if you want to go back to that other image, the second page.
God damn it, Steve.
Well, I'm trying to make a point here, Adam. Fuck's sakes.
And I'm trying to make this look professional.
You're doing fine, bro.
All right.
It looks great. Okay, so after that previous page, what happened there? Let me set this up real quick, and then I will yield the floor. But what happened there is, again, we're in a duel between two practitioners of magic. These are, as it turns out, Praxen, the Gloom, and Alfier. These are both A-class musicians. They got really high level. It's like a gladiator deal. They're pitted against each other from two houses that are vying for dominance. So that's what's going on. But one of the two is, Alfier is an evocator. He can cast illusions and so forth. Praxen is a necromancer. There's a part where the one conjures up. What it was supposed to be is these are illusions of predatory, menacing skeletons, I should say. These are illusions of menacing skeletons. But these illusions are real. These skeletons are menacing. And the other blows them apart. And in the script, they were to reform into even more skeletons. And this was the point I wanted to get to. It was Doodle here, my boy Doodle, that said, what if they all assembled into one giant skeleton? And we're like, okay, approved. So, that's the level of creativity. We just thought the kid could draw, but he was like, what if it was a big skeleton? And we're like, that's comic book, that's Comicsgate. Yes, by all means, draw a big skeleton. So that's when a dozen or so skeletons' bones all come together and form one big menacing creature.
And that is wicked looking, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun to draw.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be a bitch to draw, but
that's what kid was like, what if I did this? And I'm like, sounds like a bitch to me, but by all means, let's do that. Gat, you good with it? And Gat was like, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. And then, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, Vault Cobalt in the chat says that's some interesting necromancy going on there.
Just as the story unfolds, Vault Cobalt, hell brother, as the story unfolds, there's 7 different schools of magic. A lot of ins and outs with who's pushing the buttons.
Mr. Yonafui asks, is Doodle like drawing before inks? I feel like something was lost in the translation there.
I think, does he pencil and then ink, or does he just draw straight to inks?
Oh, I pencil, yeah. I wanted to be a penciler only for a really long time. And then I had like a epiphany moment right before inking Ruins of Odyrien, coincidentally enough. And I got back into inking a lot. And now I love it again.
I think you nailed it. I mean, the couple pages that we've looking at here they're off the charts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think inking is something like being an inker is something that is there's not a lot of them out there who take the time to go through and actually, like, you'll have a penciler and then they'll bring in somebody to be an inker or something like that. But you don't see a lot of people just inking their own stuff anymore. And this looks really good.
Thank you.
The contrast in colors between what is and isn't inked. Sometimes how it can be too heavy dark one thing and then real or too much white on the other hand. I think you've got a nice balance in here, and it looks really, really good. Also,
thank you.
Maps. You should draw maps for this story. Any book, any kind of story like this should have a map.
I completely agree.
Yeah, when you get into sword and sorcery, the worlds tend to be huge, and it is a blessing to have that as a reader, just to get kind of a clarification as to where things are happening, especially if the character's got to travel from one end of the world to the other. You can actually kind of see, more than just in your mind. You can actually see it, on paper. War Campaign says, no maps, brother. No maps.
Not that kind of map.
Not that kind of map, bro.
They're world building maps, Ro, and they're going to be really required for this story, like you guys are saying.
So how many pages of this is going to be in Jumpstart? Is this going to be a 12-page, 6-page, what?
Well,
6
we're really,
pages.
we're really teasing here. We're really
Oh,
teasing
sorry.
here. There's so much. Yeah, no, not at all, Pat. You can talk about your own project. You're in on it, brother. But yeah, it's this was we had to figure out how to show the premise of the story without showing the story just yet. So cards are pretty close to the vest right here. This is something Gat's really working on. You know, I mean, we're gonna do Bullet Maker with Joe Ball next, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling with Donald and certainly with Vestige. But we're keeping this one kind of tight. I only authorized that Doodle could share 2 pages from this, and then he said Doodle does his own lettering, by the way. Something we might get into later is he's a pretty good letterer, but he's like, with the dialogue or without, and I'm like, without, dude. Spoilers.
Yep. So gotta watch those spoilers. We're here to tease and to tantalize, but not give anything away.
But he does have his own thing going into it, on the other hand. So
yes, we will get there in just a second. We had a question come up in the chat that I wanted to address because I had the same question from Eyeball Tickler. Says, will this be colored? If so, who's coloring it? Sorry if this was already asked. I don't think it was asked.
That's actually something that we are struggling with a bit.
I don't think you should color it.
I'm with Nick on
You
this
think,
one.
Nick? That's what
No.
Adam, dude. We're getting a consensus, and I don't want to disappoint Doodle because I know who's going to color it eventually. And the dude's really good.
Yeah, I would think that, like, sometimes I'm of the opinion that sometimes if you color something that is this detailed in black and white, you're going to lose something. You're going to lose a little bit of the detail. You're going to lose some of these, like the facial expressions. It'll wash it out a little bit. I don't think that this should be colored. You know, if at a later point in time it comes back and you want to color it just to see what it looks like and then put it out there, maybe. But as a first run, no way.
Well, again, I feel like I've talked too much already in this stream. I just want to listen to you guys and chill. But I got to address that. You know, this project, like a couple of other projects that are GATs, but also like that many more, even more projects that are going to be showcased in Jumpstart are very much intended as something that will be, you know, its very own project, whether it's presented in serial form in Jumpstart or whether it is a preview, a little snippet, a little teaser. We want to roll a lot of projects out of Jumpstart. So at some point, this will be collected and colored and will be a very expansive story. You know, if all goes well. Always got to throw in that disclaimer, but Gat's got a big story to tell here. Doodle is just the guy to do it. We hunted this kid down, and we did, man. We did. We talked to some guys. And then we talked to a few guys that had no idea. Circle back around to this, Adam, but we talked to a few guys that had no idea what Comicsgate meant. And we talked to Doodle, and he was like, I love me some Caesar. I watch War Campaign. And we're like,
Hail.
And you draw like that. So, yeah.
You're hired.
So, yeah. We will continue in these talks, we said at that point. But at any rate, to the point, I kind of want to do it in black and white because it's so strong in black and white. And then there's 2 versions of it out there, you know, and maybe that happens in Jumpstart some of the time, or it's a way to show this is the actual line work of a kid like Pat, and then later on here's the collaboration, and somebody could maybe own it both ways if they choose to.
Well, it's just that, like, so much is, especially coming from out of the big 2 and all that, a lot, their books seem to be heavily dependent on color to kind of offset the decreasing quality in their line art and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that's how you can tell the difference between something that, you know, looks good colored versus something that stands alone on its own black and white. And this would be standing alone on its own in black and white.
Yeah, there you go, man. I mean, you ought to see it lettered. Yeah, you ought to see it lettered. I'm not allowing that. GAT wouldn't allow that. But Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to print it just like this. And
Because with
there's
this,
also, you know, we've got stuff. There's definitely. I mean, I want to mix, man. I mean, that's what I used to love about Heavy Metal magazine back in the day. Was you know, you'd have colors and then you'd have black and white, where the just the line work would knock you out. So it's you know, there's definitely going to be a mix of black and white and color in the magazine. A lot of it's color. At one point, it was about 50-50. It may be going the direction of color, and that even more. I don't want to disappoint my boy here because we're going to get it colored, bro. But I kind of want to print this black and white because it's really, really. You know, another thing that I want to give a quick shout out to is the Diaz brothers. You know, they're doing silhouette in Jumpstart, and it's black and white, and everything you were just saying, Nick. It's just like so. It's got that Sin City, you know, Dark Knight, Frank Miller vibe.
I'd get pissed at them if they colored that book.
Yeah.
Boycott! Don't you dare put color on that book.
We're definitely going to have a mix. And Doodle here, he's I don't know which way we're going to. I kind of want to do it black and white.
Get to the chat. He's saying for the magazines, he's wanting black and white, and then for the actual when the actual book comes out, on the IGG, then might do color.
That's probably how it's going because we just really love it in black and white. We just really love it, and his line work is. Show some more of his stuff. Enough about us. Let's talk about Pat.
Talk more about Pat. Okay. What you do? What do you? Let's first of all let's see what you're doing there, Pat.
Oh, okay. Nice drawing, I guess. It's not at a good angle.
Oh,
dragon.
Right angle.
Let's look at what do you got going on over there at the left?
There we go. Got a nice
Your other
dragon.
left. No, your other left. That left. What's happening
There you go. Just something.
That looks like a hot badass babe.
I feel like you're objectifying women right now, and I don't approve, sir.
Then you're in the wrong place, sir.
Okay.
Embrace the whirlwind. I mean the whirlpool, whichever it is.
So like we said, you've got a couple different things that you're working on that's going to be in the magazine. Another one is Gigadeath that we have a little teaser page for you here. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right one. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Sweet. I love the colors.
Now, see, this is fine. I like this color because it. I don't know. Like, I also think that color depends on the story depends on whether it needs to be colored. Like something taking place in something that's like in a medieval fantasy type thing, like the first story. Yeah, let's keep that black and white, like the old Robin Hood movies from way back in the 30s and 40s. Or, I mean, can you imagine if they took Casablanca and made it color? And I mean, it would just take away from that grittiness of the time period and stuff like this. This, though, looks fantastic color. I like the brightness. I like everything. And it doesn't take away from any of the line work. This is done very, very well.
Yeah, it's a lovely Anne Graham on Twitter. She's great.
So tell us about Gigadeath. What's going on here? Obviously, this is a sci-fi tale. You got I can see some starships in the back here, and
yeah, it's like a sci-fi war story. I'm gonna keep this one pretty close to my chest too. It's got like a tale of drama, deceit, corruption, news ladies who tell you the news is breaking, spaceships, action, more action. I'm a good salesman.
you're doing great, Pat.
Well,
thank you.
I'll interject quickly. I'm trying to jump out of this, but there, we Gat's taken Doodle into the fantasy realm for sure, and he does a hell of a D&D take for sure, which you'll see that in a little bit. He's really great at science fiction. Dude can draw some, starships and star stations and whatnot. Yeah. Kids, that's one of the things. I mean, I actually with Doodle, we were originally going to do this sci-fi thing, and then we saw how he drew little elf girls, and we had to go in a different direction.
I don't remember the last elf girl I drew.
Gad says, "Don't be fairy gay, Doodle. What the fuck?" Just had to throw that out there.
All
so
right.
what's?
I'm sorry, Gat.
So is this going to be a 3-page preview, or what do we have to look forward to on this book in Jumpstart?
Full 6 pages, all colored. We got 2 done right now, including the one you're looking at right there. And hopefully by the time we're gonna be rolling in the files to Daddy Steve over there, we'll be.
I don't ever want to hear that.
Get your files in, kid. I wouldn't.
Not up to me
authorize you.
anymore.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I've seen where he's going, and yeah. But I wanted to throw up a colored piece too to show that he's got a great colorist on board, and this is an entirely different style from what he's doing with Gat, and so I wanted to showcase that a little bit.
Yeah, these colors look really good. Can you say who colored these, or is that hush hush right now?
No, it's not hush hush. It's at Angram.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, you did say that.
Color. Yeah, I don't know if I'd color like a CG or War Campaign, but she's really cool and just doing an amazing job. I'm just so happy. Look, like the first time I saw these was at work. And I was just, I was so happy. I was just walking around, shoving my phone in people's faces, like, look at this! It's beautiful! And then I almost got fired. But I was so happy.
Well, actually, you bring up an interesting point there. You said that, she might not necessarily be War Campaign. That's, this is CG Jumpstart. I want to make this clear for everybody listening. While it is produced by War Campaign, it is not a War Campaign book per se. This is a Comicsgate book highlighting the best and brightest of Comicsgate. Not just you don't have to be War Campaign. I mean, you probably shouldn't hate us. That's probably not a good way to get your stuff put in the book. But like Steve said, when they stumbled upon you, they found out that you were a fan of War Campaign. But that didn't have anything to do with you being hired per se.
If the kid couldn't draw, we wouldn't be talking to him right now.
Well, yeah. Very, very, very true.
Yeah, John Diller's saying in the chat, I think Ann Graham posted these on Twitter. Yeah, he said that this was the colorist as Ann Graham. So you're right.
Yeah. Is that a he or a she? Can I ask
Ann
that?
Graham?
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Okay. I'll just make it sure. I don't want to.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I don't want to misgender. You know how it goes these days.
Oh, you transphobe, you.
Yeah, try and keep it straight. It's weird.
It's a construct. Why'd you even ask? It didn't matter.
She's hell. Because I wanted to say if he was talented or she was talented. Hey, if I say they are talented, well, then that opens up a whole nother box of worms. Whether or not they're
gender.
It's so complicated these days. Damn it. No, but she is. This is very talented. I'm gonna have to look her up and follow her if I'm not already, because she's got talent. Got hell of talent.
Yeah, I love her colors. It's amazing. It's not just because I've never seen my stuff colored before. It's because they're good. And because I've never seen my stuff colored before.
So you being an artist, you are one of those artists who can't color.
No, I can't at all. I can paint a little bit on watercolors, but it takes me so long to get it right. And it's debatable if I even get it right at all.
There's nothing wrong with that. Be a master of your craft instead of being subpar at a few things.
Yeah, I'd rather ink and pencil and write.
Well, then stick with it. It's all you need to do.
Yep.
Vault's giving me shit. He says, "Save that PC crap for another night. We are here for comics and CG Jumpstart." I'm
Hail.
sorry, brother.
Hell.
I'm sorry. You're right. That's for the woke up show on Saturdays. Cat says, just ink, bro. Just ink.
Well, I guess I got to pencil it first.
Well, I think he wants you to be so good that you just throw inks down. You shouldn't even have to pencil.
Caesar style.
No.
Kid's good, but he's still working his way up to that.
Be better, damn it.
Well, I like penciling. I don't want to skip that step for some reason.
Yeah, he's working his way up to it. It's really amazing how Caesar throws down, the way that he can ink over the pencils that he inks over. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, I think Gad just wants
definitely.
you to be faster. Be faster what you do.
Ooh,
You don't need to
that was
pencil.
the only
one
Just slap the inks down.
I was the only one who hit the deadline.
Oh,
It's actually, I can either confirm or deny just because that's true.
well, shit. Kudos to you then.
Hail.
Yeah, strangely enough, all the writers have their shit in, and some of the artists. No. No. Who would have thought?
No way.
It's good. No, it's good. They're doing great work, and everybody's on schedule, and everything's good. I just like to poke fun at the guys that actually have enough talent to draw, whereas I can only type.
Gad says what deadline?
Oh, there's a deadline.
It was.
Oh shit.
There was a deadline.
There still is a deadline.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, two out of the 4 people in here. Well, 3 out of the 4. I mean, Nick, you haven't turned anything in, but it's not your bad. But
No, y'all don't want me doing that. It'll be wavy stick figures and stories that have terrible punctuation.
yeah, you're in on a certain plan on down the road, brother. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, Adam AF did a great interview with FlyCan, and that is actually in the can. And hell, brother, Adam, thank you. That's going to be a nice
You're
piece
welcome.
in the magazine. And yeah, props to Doodle.
Me and you, Doodle.
Hail.
Only ones who can cut it.
Well, I don't have a family. Everybody else did, so I kind of cheated in that regard.
Oh, you had the leg up in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm just myself.
You work your way up to that too, Pat. It'll be all right.
Oh, I'm alone.
Oh, well, you're very loved around here. That should matter. That should count for something.
Yay!
Hey, you got your CG Jumpstart War Campaign CG family. That's
Yeah.
what you need, man.
Dude, what you
true.
need is to be involved in domestic strife over something somebody said randomly on an internet comedy show where people are internet gay.
Mhm.
That's what you want.
No, that's not what you want at all.
That is what you want. That is peak life skills right there. Because if you can handle that situation and still get up the next day with your balls still on your body and have a smile on your face, you have accomplished something.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Smile
Can you tell my
optional,
dad
for
that?
fuck's sakes. The smile is
Yeah,
strictly
smile will probably be
optional.
optional, but as long as you got your
I
balls
can
attached
laugh.
and you're up out of
but I don't
bed.
know if I can smile or not. I can fucking laugh, so it's all good.
Smile, laugh, they're interchangeable. It's okay.
Okay, all right. Let's
So,
do some more doodle shit. I
Yeah,
don't
so
wanna hear
moving
any more
along,
about
we speaking of froggy things here,
Yay!
tell us about Frog Saga.
All right. Frog Saga is a comic I've been working on since I think early 2017. It's actually fully lettered and penciled right now. It has been for 2.5 years. And I was thinking about doing a crowdfunding campaign for it, and then Cyberfrog came out, and I was like, maybe I should just wait for the frog thing to die. But it looks like it's never going to die as it should, because frogs are awesome. And yeah, I decided I'm going to go for it with this. Well, eventually, I still need to get my name out there a bit more so I can actually crowdfund it. But it's a story about oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say, I told you, I'm like, bro, show him that rhino photo. Show him that Triceratops thing. Whatever the hell that is. Yeah. Yeah, but sorry, dude. I don't mean to interrupt, but yeah. Just like I really like this page. I really like this page. I was like, show him that page. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Sweet.
Tell us about your story.
This is page 1 of the other 6 pages I'm going to have in the magazine. It's like a side story prequel, I guess, to the main event that will be coming eventually in the 30-page comic. It's like a parody of the Frog Prince story, where the Frog Prince decided he's going to save himself, but all the princesses he saves to try to break his curse are horrified by him because he's a fucking giant frog. So they all say no. So he just has to keep trying.
Everybody in the chat's going, is that a flying head? Did you just hammer whack that guy's head off?
Yes.
That's why
that's the right answer.
Yeah, that's why I like it so much. I love the detail on the. I mean, what the hell is that? Is that a Triceratops doodle?
It's a woolly rhino.
Okay, woolly rhino. Jesus Christ.
Is that a real thing?
Yes,
it's from the Ice Age. Yeah,
there were woolly rhinos in North America up until about 160,000 BC, I think.
I thought they were in Europe too.
Yeah,
gotta love Nick's the history buff.
Dude, I'm saying that's why I love Comicsgate, because like just dudes know that. You know, you're like, what is that? And then Nick's like, well, those in the Triassic period between this year and this
it's the Mesozoic period, sir. The Triassic period was the age of the dinosaurs.
See, there you go.
Get
That's
your
why I love
facts straight.
That's why I love Comicsgate. Hell, dude, I don't mean to interrupt, but yeah, that is a head spinning though, and that's also.
Well, it's his body.
Well,
the head is probably gone.
I was going to say that it looks like the head was thoroughly removed here. Well, yeah, I'm sure the head's it's gone.
It's like getting up in the morning.
Physically, it still exists. It's just in a lot of pieces.
It's like getting up in the morning and reviewing War Campaign Twitter.
So that's pretty similar, yeah. His helmet didn't do a whole lot of good there.
Well, it's probably about 500 pounds of metal in that hammer, so I don't think it would do very much.
Damn, what a badass.
Yeah, that's Chauncey. He's just here for fun.
I love this
smashing people's head off. That is a great name.
That's a great name. That's like it's like I went to a boxing match back in the late 1800s, and there were fisticuffs owned by Chauncey to win the match. You know, it's that kind of deal.
Fisticuffs.
About a pugilism.
That's a good one. Yeah, pugilism is good. Was it Donald that said? Was it Donald that said anybody that uses the word fisticuffs has never been in a fist fight? I think it was Donald.
That sounds like a Donald. I don't know. It sounds like a Donald quote.
There you.
It sounds pretty accurate to me.
You check Twitter in the morning; it all runs together. But yeah, that resonated with me. I was like, I'm familiar with the terms fisticuffs and pugilism, and I may even have used them in a sentence for certain effect at one point or another. But if I'm actually talking about kicking some guy's ass, that's not the word that comes to mind.
No.
Yeah.
Fisticuffs is what I think of the Notre Dame fighting Irish, that drunken Irish boxing stance.
Yeah, and they suck anyway. Go Blue. Beat Ohio State this weekend.
I don't even like the word cuffs, because I told one story about Chinese finger cuffs that happened 15 years ago.
Is this a DP
Discord
story?
about 6 years ago, and then fuck, here I am.
Is that a code
Steve.
for DP?
Yeah. Tell one story about Chinese finger cuffs that happened, back in the day.
The internet never forgets.
6 months later, you get up, and that's the War Campaign Twitter.
It always comes back around, man. Always. Yeah. So you said this is going to be 3-page preview.
6-page.
6-page preview. Okay.
Yep. It's just a quick little prequel story in the world.
Very cool. And you said this will eventually be a crowdfunding also?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to be a busy man. Are any of these 3 going to be serials in the magazine, or are they all just previews of upcoming campaigns?
Ruins of Odyrien might be. I'm not sure. The other 2 are just previews, definitely, because they'll be too big. I wanted to have their own separate issues. And then Gigadeth isn't even mine. It's a project I'm doing for a writer. Hugh Coylan. He's cool. Thanks, Hugh.
So you actually you've got a
drop
writer
full
on that
cycle.
one. That's just something that you're working on.
Yep.
Right on.
It's been vetted. It's good.
I think you're going to be a busy man after this book launches. After the
I
magazine
really
launches.
hope so. I really, really hope so.
No, I mean that's what a lot of people have a misinterpretation of what's going on in Comicscape. There's tons of work to go around, folks. This isn't like where we just got like 5 people doing what we do right now because those are the only people who are around. But what I'm saying is there is room for people to come in here to grow this thing, to help us grow it. If you could draw and you're not a total, like douchebag or something like that, come on in. There's tons of stuff out there. There are people everywhere who have stories or who have this talent or who have that talent that are looking to find like-minded individuals to make their creations and dreams come true. So just come in here and start talking to people and exchanging ideas, and then you can do it.
Or get fined behind a dumpster like I did.
No, I already told you about that. You were out there in the front shrubbery.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
Sounds like where I
It's
used
either
to
that or
find. It sounds like where I used to find my old roommate. I'd find him drunk, passed out in the front shrubs.
he may have been abandoned by his initial comic book dreams, but he wasn't left out back. He was, just like dumped off in the bushes. And now with Comicsgate, he can bloom and flourish.
I never told you I was a failure. You just assumed it.
You're my boy, right? I mean,
Gad says, I hear angels. I think that's the sound of Doodle farting.
Yes.
Could be. How's that chick coming along on the drawing? What's going on?
Oh,
with your
I've been
drawing?
drawing the dragon scales. I guess I'll switch
Damn it,
over.
kid! You never listened to me when you were a boy.
Nope, because you weren't around.
Oh,
You abandoned me.
damn! Look at that.
I'll go to the lady now. Just so Dad will love me.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to please your
We
father.
can look at the dragon. Let's look at the dragon.
No, I kind of want to draw her now too, actually. So
Jesus,
whatever.
dude. That's my
So
boy.
speaking of keeping Doodle busy, Doodle is open for commissions as well. And
Yay.
we've got some of his commission work to show off here. Let's see. This fine piece. Oops, I zoomed in too far.
You can never zoom in too far. Well, maybe a little.
Yeah, a little. You gotta you gotta be able to get the reference of the whole shot here. So what is this masterpiece? This was something that Gat commissioned off of you?
Nope. It was Mr. Blue Hill on Twitter. Contacted me. Just through my DMs, which on the last drawn and back hole, I thought they were open. They weren't because I'm a Luddite. So they're open now.
Too young to be a
Whoops.
Luddite, son.
I grew up in the woods because you left me there. So what do you know?
Ouch.
The raccoon tail on the antenna is a very nice touch. That's a attention pair to detail that you don't see very, very often. Because the way this all, this has got that gearhead. What is it? Those rats that with the hot rod and stuff like that. I can't remember what that was called, but in all the antennas and everything, they always had the raccoon tail, especially back in the, I think it was the late 40s and early 50s when the hot rod thing was really, really starting to take off. You would see antennas with a raccoon tail on it and stuff like that. So I really, really like that. I think that's awesome. And that's a nice throwback.
Thank you.
I like what Skit's comic just put in the chat.
Rat Fink.
Yeah. Yep. Reminds me of the same. That's when we were working with Sim on Crash Course. I was like, dude, you got to go look up some old cartoons magazine, as in cartoons, because the whole Rat Fink era where those guys were doing the big shifter coming through the roof.
That's who I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember. Thank you.
Yeah, Ed.
Ed Roth.
Either. Ed Roth. Thank you. Yeah.
Passion. Very good.
Yeah. Thank you, Passion. Line me out, kid.
Yeah. Vault had the question.
This set off my heavy metal thing and my Ed Roth thing and the whole thing. Yeah.
Vault asks, did you mean to have the handle touching her G-spot?
No.
Say yes.
What?
Just
say
yes. Is that
No,
just subliminal?
That was
Yes,
the
I
wrong
did.
answer. Yes, you did.
Yeah. That's exactly what I planned.
There you go. Correct.
Nefarious schemes of mine.
It's a tickler. It's okay.
This is some crazy ass design work though, man. Like, how did this commission come about? Like,
Dude, look at that. You know, I keep interrupting, but in the left-hand side of what I'm looking at on the YouTube, I'm not in the Hangout now. I'm looking at the YouTube, like that supercharger architecture. You know, you got cams, you got the cam chain effectively driving the cams with, you know, it's exposed. I mean, I'm a gearhead, bro. I love that stuff, and and I loved Heavy Metal magazine back when I was just perving on boobs as a very young kid. It's great.
So yeah, work. Did you design this whole thing yourself, or did he say, you know, I want it to look like this?
He said he wanted a levitation craft or a speeder. My bad. What the fuck? A levitation craft? Speeder with a motorcycle engine is like a giant motorcycle engine is like the main design element, and then a sexy lady on it, and that's about it. And I was like, okay, sounds like fun.
Yeah, man. To reiterate what Steve said earlier, you've got some creativity behind that pencil of yours, man.
Thank you.
Because this is all out. I mean, I love this whole design concept. This is something that should be in the new Star Wars, but isn't because it's all pussy's shit now.
Dude, some dude hit my boy up for a commission, and yeah, the levitation thing, it's great. Shadowing, it's great. Again, I'm good on overhead cams and the way it's a dual overhead camshaft design. I like that a lot. But check out the transformer in the upper left. For commission, kid threw an electrical transformer with high wires like that.
Oh yeah, up here.
Left. Yeah, for commission he did that. I think people.
Yeah, you got to establish the setting.
Yep, it's in the background. It's up in the right as well. There's some in the background.
Yeah, he's got some over here too.
Yeah, he's got that too. You know, a couple of warehouses. You know, it's an industrial park type of setting. Yeah, it's really good stuff, man.
And we finally got Steve Dye to talk positively about a transformer on stream live. So this is like a miracle.
Somebody, Pan. I know Pan's in the chat. Clip that, brother.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, you did.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, I had to hear about that forever. I don't even want to hear it.
So yeah, our boys is open for commission. So hit him up, DM him, slip into those DMs, get yourself a nice Doodle Bags commission piece.
Hail! Gotta make it a nice Christmas for the family, except for Steve. He abandoned me.
You're home for Thanksgiving, son. Just enjoy your mother's company.
Okay. I have a grandma too.
Yeah, her. I'm not gonna. There's a joke.
Leave the grandmas out of this.
Well, exactly. There's a joke I could make there that jumps to the tongue, but he has an actual grandmother, and I wouldn't say that about her.
So we got another piece you did here. There was a commission piece. That is.
That's not. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a commission.
Oh, this isn't.
No, it's concept art for the 3 main characters of Frog Saga. My bad. I should have explained that.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. We went out of order then.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Damn it, Steve! You said you gave these to me in an order.
Check your DMs and you'll understand. I'm not saying it out loud.
Anyway,
I'm unorganized.
Anyway, so backtracking just a bit here.
I did present it.
So these are the 3 main characters of Frog Saga here.
Well, this is one main character. It's like a concept piece trying to show their character. So
I see.
it's his name is Heinrich of Ulfrich. He's a chronicler, the royal chronicler, because he's following the prince around. He's his friend. Although only the prince seems to think that they're actually friends. Because I don't believe Bard is very happy about the arrangement. And Bard is what they call a fool. So he's trying to impress these two ladies who have a friend who's stealing all his shit.
Is that what she's doing in the background down there?
Yeah.
This is cool. I really like your line work on here too, man. I mean, look at the.
Thank you.
See, I gotta zoom as much as I can. Like the details you put just in the brick wall behind there, man. I mean, the lines on the wood, the cuts in the wall, the lines on the bricks, like
The bosoms. There's some amazing detail work there.
the bosoms.
Hey, this is a gay show, sir. Don't even talk about that.
Dude, I send Adam over this thing in the DMs, and I clearly spelled out BEWBS.
Dude,
This is what I get. He's like, "We're out of order." I'm like, "No, we're right on track to get Doodle some commissions." Fuck's sakes.
I mean, this very well could be. This shows your level of talent, though, for anybody who is interested in getting some of their own Doodle Bags work that they want to hang up on the wall.
dude's got some magnificent hair in this drawing. I mean,
He does.
Beautiful.
That's very similar to my flowing locks of love.
Your
Sexy.
flowing locks of love aside, yeah, I mean the detail work. You guys are on point with the stone work and the way the cracks and the. Damn it, I'm drawing a blank. Whatever you call it stuff, the stucco type covering over the but yeah, man. I mean, if you want some original art that makes you elevated, I'm pretty sure Doodle could put that together for you.
I draw a lot more than titties, I'll have you know.
The chick on the right looks a lot like the chick who's mad at me. Maybe that's why.
Oh, somebody's trying to get out of trouble by complimenting her.
Passion for Drawing says Doodle has a classic comic strip style. His eye for shadows is off the hook.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
He does a lot with line weight. That the way he fades stuff. It's like almost with his ink work, and the way he does things. It's even in black and white, it's a little bit like color fading. Where he's he's got the image in really bold line work, and yet like the beams in the wall behind the main characters are set back, and he does that in black and white. That's something you don't see,
Yeah, no.
Well, you see it, but better artists do it.
Casey Izawa, he's got the eye for detail too. He says detail on the scroll, good. Yeah, you can actually tell like there's actually like writing on there instead of just
poetry.
A blank piece of paper.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
delivering a soliloquy.
shitty poetry.
God, there he is. Fucking Casey Izawa. That dude's fucking nuts. I love that dude. Hail, Casey.
Hail the blood
Hail.
fart soldier.
Yeah, I love that dude. Yeah, Real Man program coming soon in Jumpstart. He will tell
I
you
can't
how
wait
to
for that.
Oh, dude. It's funny. He'll line a dude out. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put him on the schedule. I shudder.
Hail.
I shudder.
Oh, that would be. I'm so there for that.
Yeah, man. Everybody in the chat seems to be loving your work. It's top notch.
Thank you, everybody.
It really, really is.
I love all of you too.
Oh well, you're right at home here, man. I mean, you're hella talented. You got a good spirit about you. You don't mind being ripped on a little bit and taking the heat that we throw. Oh, you're masochistic? So yeah, you fit right in, brother.
Hell yeah!
I'm telling you, dude. There was a series of voice interviews in determining, who was going to do this project, and again, ultimately, if he wasn't really, really, really good, but yeah, he fared well from the first conversation on, and You know, if you're talking to me and Gat, dude, you got to wear your thick skin. So, yeah. Hell,
You
dude.
guys aren't even mean.
They're
Well,
mean to
you
each
just
other.
wait, man. We're just warming
yeah,
up.
but it's not me.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait.
We're just getting warmed up, you little shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steve's got, what, 30
Yes,
some
sir.
odd years
Yes,
of
sir.
parenting to catch up on.
And child support.
Hold your breath. That's a good
I got
line.
him coughing.
See, that's why, you know, kid couldn't draw, who would give a shit. But, yeah, he can also pull off that line. So, yeah, it's like a win-win.
Well, let's check in on this beautiful art that you're working on one more time here before we go ahead and wrap up this wonderful program.
Oh man, I'm not even done. Shit.
Oh well, I try to keep this to about an hour or so. Otherwise, it just gets completely off the rails. Plus, you start to lose people's attention after that. I'm not War Campaign. I can't hold a stream for 3 hours
Hold that.
Or 5.
or 5 in some
like-
cases.
However many long drawn
Hold it
back
still,
went
Doodle.
last time.
Now come in tighter. Tighter. Bring it
There
closer.
we go.
All right, hold it right there and let it
And
focus for
hold
a
it
second.
still. God damn it.
Man, I can't wait to. You gotta. When you're done with that, you need to scan it and upload it, man, because I want to see the completed image. Because that dragon.
Sure.
I know everybody's like, "Why are you looking at the dragon? And you're not looking at the beautiful image." Because look at
dragons
the
are
fucking
cool.
detail on that dragon, man.
Yeah, the dragon's pretty amazing for a kid. Yeah. About an hour and a half ago, I told him, yeah, me and Gat were talking. We think like a dragon and a chick with a sword. Draw that. And that's what he's done in about 90 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, everybody likes to talk junk about the art on vans and stuff like that. Some of the best art from the 1970s came out of the van art with the dragons and stuff, because that's where you got that's where you got the inspiration for like Dio's album covers and Heavy Metal Magazine and all that stuff. That all of that concept art stuff that was in those or on those album covers or in that magazine or whatever, most of the time they were finding that stuff spray painted or drawn by hand or painted by hand on the side of people's vans at the time, because that was the craze, and that's where some of those artists got their start. And this kind of stuff like this is what got them there. And I would like to have a return to that a little bit. I think that that's a lost art form. Not so much putting it on the van, but having that kind of detail and that kind of attention and love for your craft in art, doing something like that.
Well, if you take that, interesting, Nick, and well said, because if you take that aesthetic and then I mean, I like a 3-guitar boogie band as much as the next guy, but the best thing about Molly Hatchet was the album covers.
Yes.
And then, Franzetta, and, Doodle really has, he's got that Franzetta vibe where it's just like, holy shit, man. Look at that.
I would definitely like to see a Conan. I'd like to see your take on Conan sometime. I think that would look good. A Red Sonja or something like that.
Sweet. I did a Red Sonja comic for like a portfolio piece a while ago.
Cool.
You need to put it out there on your Twitter, bro, and let everybody put their little heart on it.
Yeah.
It probably is like really, really early on in my Twitter somewhere.
Well,
Or I could just draw another one.
You're
How
a
about
star now. Retweet it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, retweet it or draw another one.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you're not busy, right?
Yeah, A/B it. This is what I did
Busy
back
enough.
then, and this is what I'm doing
Yeah,
now.
actually, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Vault was wondering what color dragon?
What?
What color is the dragon going to be?
I don't know. I'm not going to color it.
Mogwai Centurion, he wants to know how much.
There you
Oh,
go.
shit. Well, let him know it's in pencil, if that'll matter. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, he's watching, so.
Yeah, he's here. Just talk to him, brother.
All right, well, it's in
His
pencil. if
DMs
that
are
matters.
open now, Agua. Get in there and get you some.
Yeah, everything's for sale. He's trying to put a nice Christmas together for Papa
Yeah.
Steve.
He wants to buy Grandma a Christmas present. I can endorse that. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Does anybody else in the chat have anything else they want to ask Doodle? Nick, do you have any closing thoughts or questions or anything?
No, I am very good. I'm very happy with what I've seen. Doodle has definitely got some skills.
Doodle can doodle.
Yes, this is somebody that should definitely be watched. And I'm telling you, there's a story out here that is perfect for Doodles. Just writers, you just need to come and present stories to them. Get commissions from him. I'm seriously thinking about a pirate theme commission from him because I like the way that he does his line work and stuff like that. And
will it be a Mogwai pilot?
No, it'll be like just a regular old school pirate, man, like a pirate or something like that. Because I love the way that he does detail work and stuff like that. And I'm seriously considering. I got to see how the money thing works out, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm on a pirate kick right now. So yeah,
you should be.
Yeah. Oh, I honestly believe that everybody should be pirates at least once in their life. And, drinking at 10 a.m. doesn't make you an alcoholic. It makes you a pirate. And we should all aspire to that.
I'll cheers to that.
I aspire to that. And also, I like how Pat was like, eye patches, bro, hit me up. I like that. He was like, yeah, pirates. I'm in.
Yeah, I would like to see you draw just a glorious pirate ship.
Sweet.
I might have to commission that. Sorry, Nick.
check out everybody follow Doodle Bags. I think it's Doodle _.
I just dropped his Twitter link in the chat.
Excellent. Now, if you follow his timeline back, you'll find some astounding sci-fi work, starships and so forth. I would also like to see him draw an actual pirate ship on the water. I'd like to see that.
Somebody wants me to draw a pirate, and somebody wants me to draw the pirate ship. This is turning out well.
Oh, I want the sci-fi pirate ship with the eye patch on the ship itself, not just on the pirate.
I hope you're taking notes.
The pirate ship's so badass that the ship itself has to wear the eye patch.
I don't know how that would make sense, but okay.
Come on, Doodle, you're creative.
Well, I do. I know exactly how that
makes perfect sense, son.
Yeah, man, you gotta have the big skeleton, It's got a sword out front, and that skeleton will have the eye patch on the front of the ship. It kind of looks like the ship hit the skeleton a little bit, and the skeleton was forced into it because of space being space. All the the forces that are out there with the gravity and the heat. So there's melts in.
It's not like painted on. It's just a little bit proud woodwork. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go look at some Space Captain Hardock. That's got some good, not only ship design, but kind of classical, what the Japanese thought a space pirate would look like. And it's old anime from back in the early 80s, but it's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And it's got some interesting, like his bird is this big mix between a dodo bird and an ostrich and an albatross, and it always hangs out around his neck. So it's always like he's got this. It's a metaphor for him always having an albatross around his neck. It's really, really good stuff, though.
Sounds like Steve.
Well, damn it. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't think you're wrong. Check that out. I'm not even familiar with that. I was thinking I just need to check it out.
Oh yeah, they've actually redone it. Came out about I think 3 or 4 years ago. It's a more up to date kind of CGI type thing, but the one from the 80s is really good. It's based on a manga that came out in the late 70s and early 80s, and then they turned it into a movie. But it's really interesting because you get to see the Japanese taking concept on it's Eastern storytelling pretty much to its simplest form, where there's no big central conflict. It doesn't end the way you think it's going to. Shows their take on morality and war and stuff like that. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Actually,
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I mean, yeah, I've said on other streams where, I come at it from a very Western archetype when it comes to storytelling. But Gat, man, he continually introduces me to stuff, but that hasn't come up, and that sounds really interesting, Nick. And based on your recommendation, I'm totally going to check that out.
Yeah, me too. Is it on? Never mind. I don't have Netflix anymore anyway, so I'll just steal it.
It's on it was on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's still on there for free, but it is on Amazon because they got everything on there.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Hell, bro.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on and hanging out and
Thank
talking Jumpstart. And thank you, Pat, for letting us get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
This is great.
Our pleasure. Like I said before, I think you're definitely going to go places. I think this magazine is going to be a big, big push for you. And I hope that people out there listening and watching hit you up for some commissions because, like I said, those I would love to have a original doodle piece to hang up on my wall at some point in time. I probably have to wait till after the holidays because I have a lot of family that I need to buy for, and I have very, very few spare funds at the moment. But in the future, I'm definitely going to hit you up for something because I want some of that original art. Someday it's going to be worth big, big bucks.
My boy takes after his dad. He's like, I want you to have one too. Kid's hustling. I like that. I really do. Yeah, and also, I just want to, first of all, thank Adam for you having us on Arch City Comics. Always a good show, brother. I try to get there on Saturday mornings when I can be conscious for the woke hour. And, and Nick, my brother, Nick, you know. And, thanks for having Doodle on and highlighting his work. And, real quickly, Doodle's home visiting the family for Thanksgiving and so forth, but he intends to overcome his technological difficulties to appear on tomorrow night's bi-weekly Drawn and Backhold on the Work Campaign channel, which I'm sure everybody in here
this time.
Yeah. More.
Hey, I voted for you last
Doodle.
week.
Vote often.
Hey,
You gotta get in the mind of Vinny art and do it better.
More dongs. I love Vinny. More rainbows. But I'm sure everybody listening is aware of same. But I hear tell Kelsey Shannon's coming to play tomorrow night. So Doodle's going to be up against a giant of the industry. And vote Doodle, vote often. But fuck, we love some Kelsey. So man. Appreciate you guys having us on and looking forward to tomorrow night's Drawing Backhold.
Yeah, man, absolutely our pleasure. You guys in the chat, make sure that you go follow Doodle on Twitter if you're not already. Tune in to tomorrow for War Campaigns Drawn and Backhold to see him live in action some more. Lord only knows what the subject matter will be tomorrow, but I'm sure it will be something that'll be really interesting that has to do with Thanksgiving and turkeys and necks.
And necks, possibly. I know, but I can't say. Yeah, I can't say.
I don't want
it's
to
a surprise.
Say it, but I do.
It's a total surprise.
Make sure you sub to Tinfoil Hat Nick on Twitter and YouTube as well. He does great Sunday conversations, real cool, chill stream with some up-and-coming creators that have some books going live on Indiegogo as well. And you can always catch Nick. What's up?
Got a new co-host, too.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh, Mr. Canales has graciously said that he will co-host with me on the Sunday show from now on. So
hey, cool. Awesome.
Sweet.
Good old Canales. Man, I love that dude. That's such a good dude.
Hound of Basque.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. So make sure you're subscribed to Tinfoil Hat Nick, and you can always catch Nick on the Saturday morning weekend woke-up show with myself and Simon Simpotier. This week we are going to be doing Cyber Saturday, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Until next time, thank you all in the chat. You've all been wonderful this evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Hail the
Wait,
chat.
real quick. Whoever wanted the dragon piece, just DM me and we'll figure it out.
I think that was Mogwai Centurion.
Mr. Centurion of Mogwai. I appreciate
That
it.
dude's made of money. You're in, bro. Grandma gets a present. Yeah.
All
Hail
righty.
the chat.
Hail the chat. Thank you guys.
Hail. Hail.